Hegesias of Cyrene was a philosopher from ancient Greece who made significant contributions to the Cyrenaic school of thought. The Cyrenaics were known for their belief that pleasure was the highest goal in life, drawing on hedonistic principles to guide their philosophy. However, Hegesias offered a sobering contrast to these ideas by asserting that complete happiness is unattainable, no matter how much one pursues pleasure. Hegesias emphasized the inevitability of life suffering, suggesting that no matter the efforts one makes to attain happiness, external circumstances will always pose challenges. His philosophy is often described as pessimistic due to his claims that external goods such as wealth and fame cannot secure true happiness. Instead, he believed that happiness comes from internal satisfaction, a state that requires emotional resilience and mental fortitude. He proposed an unusual approach to dealing with life's trials by suggesting indifference to both pain and pleasure, advocating for a detached stance that minimizes emotional turmoil. This radical viewpoint led some of his listeners to embrace hopelessness, deeply impacted by Hegesias' stark perspective on life. His ability to convey these ideas earned him the moniker Death Persuader, as his influence reportedly led to increased suicide rates among those who adopted his thinking. Despite the drastic nature of his teachings, his writings did not survive to modern times, presenting a challenge for those looking to study his original works. Part of Hegesias' argument was that death is not to be feared, instead portraying it as a release from the unending cycle of desire and suffering. His views were a stark challenge to popular ethical norms of the era, offering a contrarian lens to the philosophical discourse. At the time, his stance was radical, provoking debates and disagreement among peers and contemporary thinkers. Cyrenaics typically preferred immediate pleasures, valuing experiences that provided instant gratifications. However, Hegesias suggested withdrawing from worldly desires as a means to escape emotional entanglements and disappointments. Despite the controversy Hegesias generated, his philosophy had lasting impacts on ethical debates and remains a topic of interest for scholars today. He remains a controversial figure in philosophy, with his ideas discussed alongside renowned philosophers such as Epicurus and Plato. While many disagreed with Hegesias' extreme outlook, some philosophers found value in his approach, considering it a unique perspective that raises important existential questions. Unfortunately, Hegesias remains obscure due to the lack of surviving writings, and his thoughts were primarily captured in secondary accounts, leaving much to the interpretation of later historians and philosophers. His ideas reflect human existential struggles, questioning the value of traditional accomplishments and emphasizing internal contentment over external success. Hegesias' philosophy offers a unique perspective that challenges societal norms, inviting reflections on the nature of happiness and satisfaction in life. Despite the controversy surrounding his ideas, he influenced philosophical thought, contributing to important ethical and existential discourse. Hegesias of Cyrene remains a topic of interest for scholars, continuing to inspire debate and interpretation among those who seek to understand his controversial but impactful worldview.